Asking the right questions may often lead to the best answers. Hoy! Kamusta ka na? Let's have fun finding out more about ourselves by exploring the power of our words and thoughts and how they shape our reality. We will be focusing on the things that we can control and manage the things that we can't. Tara! Let's start believing more in ourselves. Welcome to this episode of Self-Talk with me, Ken Somera. Ayun, tara. Simulan na natin to. Ang topic natin ngayon, self-talk. Ang daming pinag-uusapan dito ngayon sa mga scene like sa mental health, sa mga trainings, sa mga coaching sessions about negative self-talk. This is how you get to talk to yourself on a negative tone. Diba? Siyempre, meron din naman positive self-talk, affirmations, yan. Pwede natin i-discuss yan moving forward. Pero simulan muna natin dito sa negative self-talk. Ito yung tipong feeling na pag ang sama minsan ang bigat na nga ng araw mo tapos sasabihin mo pa sa sarili mo, alam mo, pangit yung araw mo ngayon. Inuulit mo pa, nag-amplify pa siya. Alam mo, pangit ang araw ko ngayon eh. Lahat na nakikita mo, susunod-sunod na yan. Puro pangit na yung nakikita mo. Pansinin mo, nangyayari siya eh. Kaya nga minsan nasasabi natin, when it rains, it pours. Diba? It pours. So, kung titingnan mo, ang laking factor sa buhay natin, yung mga words, yung mga bagay na sinasabi natin pabalik sa sarili natin. We become what we repetitively say to ourselves. Ano ba yung narrative mo? Kaya ang napaka-importante dito, yung words na ginagamit natin. If you could become more aware of the words that you use, it could change your reality. Yan yung mga bagay na gusto natin pag-usapan dito sa mga sessions natin. Moving forward, sessions, episodes, di ba? Ang dami natin pwede pag-usapan eh. So, syempre, bigay muna ako ng short background about myself. My name, of course, is Ken Somera. And I've been in this field for almost more than a decade already. Simula ako mag-aral ng neurolinguistic programming about 2009. And then I got certified as a hypnotherapist, as a conversational hypnotherapist by 2015. And simula nun, I've been taking on clients na face-to-face talaga, working with people who have like anxiety, depression, lack of self-confidence, self-doubt, diba? Imposter syndrome. Dami pa. Basta anything about na workable with the mind, yan yung mga inaasikaso ko. I love working with people, and with this podcast, I would want and I would love to share kung ano yung mga what worked, what did not work. Pero again, ang theme natin dito sa podcast na to is about the words that we use, the mind, programming behavior. Yan yung mga pag-usapan natin. Pero as much as possible also, I want to make everything like a therapy session, coaching session of sorts. So, tara, simulan na natin to. Ano ba yung mga topics na gusto ko pag-usapan ngayon? It's syempre, may mga nagiging client ako, ang nagiging problema nila is nagre-repeat yung nasasabi ng mga parents nila sa kanila. Asawa nila, girlfriend nila, boyfriend nila. Tama? Na parang, banu ka naman eh. Di mo naman kaya yan eh. Or minsan, pangit mo. Pangit naman yung suot mo eh. Diba? I want to introduce like a concept or a technique that either it could help a lot or pwede mong i-calibrate din itong technique na to. Kasi usually, ang term dito is called reframing. Okay? Yung isa pang technique na gusto natin pag-usapan ngayon is, of course, shifting or paggamit ng mga anchors. No? Okay. Number 1, reframing. Kung may mga panahon na parang nasabi sa'yo parang, uy, grabe, Chong, ang init. Tapos, naiisip mo nga, ang init. Bakit? Our mind works like this. We associate things. Imagine mo, di ba? Parang A is equal to apple, B is equal to boy. It's the same thing with states of mind. So ngayon, pag nasabi, uy, ang init, meron feeling na nakadikit doon sa word na yon, right? I want you to imagine shifting that word na mainit to warm and see how that changes the dynamic. Ito lang I'll try to explain in very, very simple terms. So kunwari, meron kang mga bagay na naiisip, maghanap ka ng medyo synonym o medyo opposite nun, tapos yun yung i-attach mo na meaning doon. Okay? So, imagine mo, reframing, ganito nagda-drive ka. Gagalit ka na, di ba? Medyo sobrang traffic, mainit ulo mo. Tapos biglang, nung medyo gumagalaw na yung mga kotse, bigla ka siningitan ng ibang kotse. May sumingit. Siyempre, bad trip, di ba? Pag ganun. Tapos, yung iba, magmumura na talaga magagalit na talaga dyan. So, rah, 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 etc. Di ba? Pero, kung titingnan mo, if you could reframe, the reaction changes. So, kung ni-reframe mo, teka lang, baka emergency. Baka masakit lang talaga yung tiyan niya, kaya kailangan niya mauna. Sige, una ka na. So, you change the way you reacted with the situation when you got to reframe everything in your mind. So, if you try to actually work with situations and then you get to reframe bad situations into something neutral or good, most likely your reaction would change. And then laking bagay nun. 'Di ba? Okay, okay. So again, ulitin natin yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, 'di ba? Yung how our mind works with association. Term namin na ginagamit dyan is anchors. Anchors. So kumbaga, I love telling this story Meron ako friend na nakipag-break siya sa isang Starbucks sa Tagaytay. So ngayon, ang nagiging setup when we go to Tagaytay, it's really not a good feeling for my friend to be in that same Starbucks. Kasi syempre lahat ng memories, naalala niya 'Di ba? Yung mga dates nila, tapos doon sila nag-break up, 'di ba? It's not something good. So may naka-attach doon. Okay? So let's work with this technique and use it for something very, very productive na, of course, with this episode, gusto ko marami na kaagad ako mabigay sa inyo na pwede ninyong gamitin for like your day-to-day, your self-talk, di ba? So, I want you to check with things around you or with places that you've been. Ano yung mga lugar doon that gives you a good feeling? Ano yung mga bagay that you've worn or you're wearing or you plan to wear that when you wear it, you've worn it, you felt good? Ano yung mga facial features mo or features mo sa katawan mo na nabigyan ka ng papuri? Di ba? Uy, ganda naman ng kuko mo. Uy, ang ganda mo ngayon Ang ganda ng buhok mo. Uy, bagay sa yung forma mo. Minsan kahit energy mo lang or kahit vibe. Di ba? Ano yun? I want you to put more focus on it. To make you feel more better with what you were feeling already. Okay. So we've talked about anchors. We've talked about reframing. Other things is quotes. Kasi again, with self-talk, we want to understand more about the words that we use or we could use. Yan yung mga bagay na I've been really passionate about with conversational hypnosis. Because kung narinig nyo nga yung word na hypnosis, parang may isip mo budol-budol. Pero I want everyone to get to a deeper understanding of how hypnosis can help us. So may part ng hypnosis that we get to study language patterns. Okay? Language patterns. And as we've read some books, meron mga words that stand out. May mga quotes, di ba, na nasasabi ng mga certain authors na tipong pag nabasa mo, uy, grabe ang ganda nitong sinabi niya. Tama? Meron mga ganun Pero tingnan din natin na minsan meron din mga quotes that changed our lives. It changed our lives, di ba? Dati parang if you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right din. May mga ganon, di ba? So I want you to remember a specific quote that either you love or probably change your life for the better. Sa akin siguro I could remember one of the quotes ng dad ko. Sabi niya, don't let other people control your time. So now, I still follow that saying. So pag feeling ko na nata-tie up na ako sa isang bagay, chine-check ko, teka lang, nawawala ba yung freedom ko dito? Chine-check ko yun. Is it still fun for me to keep doing this? Kasi para sa akin, isa sa mga core drivers ko is fun. Pag meron akong ginagawa na hindi na fun, talagang it drains me. So, ang focus ko sa buhay ko is to find things that's fun for me. Like doing this, sharing and uplifting lives, working with people. I do think for me, this is fun for me, or I made it fun for me. So, again, balikan natin. If you could write down or remember some quotes that has worked for you, why not post it? Why not share it? Pwede nyo i-post sa Facebook yan. Kung meron kayo naisip na sobrang gandang quote from some book or whatever, post it. Huwag mo i-deprive yung ibang tao with that knowledge because, again, if those string of words change your life, imagine mo, kung meron din ibang taong makabasa nun, maybe that could also change theirs. And you could be an instrument for that. Ang ganda, di ba? So, yeah, isa yan sa mga pag-uusapan natin sa mga future episodes, diba? Let's talk about the words, how it's used, mga questioning patterns na pwede nyo gamitin sa coaching, yung mga tipong, if you're a leader, working with a lot of people, I do believe na napaka-importante to motivate, diba? Your people, mga kasama mo. And maraming questions na pwedeng itanong eh. For some leaders, they follow an approach called situational leadership and where they simply ask, di ba? Pwede kang magtanong dun sa mga tao mo na parang, teka lang, if you were to define a leader, what's a leader like for you? What's a good leader like for you? Nakita mo yung difference nun? What's a leader like for you? Kesa nagdagdag ako ng isang word na, what is a good leader like for you? Tama? And that changes the dynamic. And since bonus tayo. Since you're listening to this episode right now, meron tayong bonus. I've created a PDF file for you. Nandyan yan. 15, I think 15, 16 very, very important questions that you can ask yourself. Sobrang useful. And these are some of the questions that have helped change lots of lives ng mga clients ko and mga kaibigan ko. Siguro, I could share some, di ba? Ito yung storya nun, no? Bakit memorable siya sa akin. Meron akong client and ang dami niyang concerns nun eh. Talagang, Ken, I can't move forward in life. Hindi ko na alam yung ginagawa ko. Sa ngayon, I feel I lack self-confidence to actually do the stuff that I want to do. Gusto kong mag-share pero parang hindi ko kaya eh. Okay? Medyo ang dami. So mabigat. Ramdam ko yung energy. Ramdam ko yung bigat na dinadala niya. So one thing na ginagawa ko for therapy and coaching is to work with awareness. Work with awareness muna. Bakit? I want to also understand yung systems na tumatakbo sa utak niya. Tama? Pero minsan may mga bagay tayo na hindi tayo aware na ginagawa natin eh. Or minsan hindi pa tayo umaabot dun sa level of thinking to actually create solutions for our problems. Yun yung trabaho ko. Tulungan ka makaabot dun. Mahanap mo yung solution. Kasi kung titingin mo, when we are facing a problem, ang daming factors na na-add up. Ang dami ring thoughts, di ba? Ang dami ring emotions na tipong ang hirap maka-step back. So, when you share your problem with a professional or like your friends, di ba? They're not part of, lalo na kung hindi sila part ng problem, mas mabilis sila makaisip ng solution because they're not part of it eh. They're seeing it on a bird's eye view. Wala silang emotion connected to it. Di ba? And one thing that I've also learned with neurolinguistic programming, with the laws of NLP, the presuppositions yung tawag nila dun eh. Ang tawag namin dito is the law of requisite variety. Ulitin ko law of requisite variety. Ang ibig sabihin lang nun is the person who has more options has better control of the situation. Okay? So ngayon, with asking direct questions, di ba, I could help you create more options. So, meron ako isang question na binato dun sa taong yun. Teka lang, ulitin ko lang ulit yung goal, yung problema or yung goals mo. Okay? So, syempre, yung problema, opposite ko lang nun yung goals, diba? So, Ken, hindi kasi ako makagalaw eh. So, ang goal mo is makagalaw. Tama? Ken, hindi ko na kasi alam yung gagawin ko eh. So, ang pwedeng goal natin doon is malaman ko ano yung gagawin niya. Right? Okay. What's stopping you? Yun yung sinabi ko. Teka lang. What's stopping you from? ... I-connect ko yung goal. Okay. What's stopping you from getting the things that you want? Ito yung importante doon You have to pause. Hindi mo kailangan ituloy-tuloy. Tutuloy-tuloyin mo kaagad. Hindi. I want you to ask this to yourself. Meron kang mga bagay na gusto mong gawin. May mga bagay ka na dapat mo nang ginawa, pero hindi mo pa rin ginawa. Tama? Now, let's ask that question. What's stopping you? Okay? Okay, good. Good. So if you could write that down, kung ano yung what's stopping you or itandaan mo lang, okay? Ngayon, medyo you're shifting awareness. O okay, kuwari, ang nakakapagpigil sa'yo is yung, minsan yung iba, sinasabi procrastination kasi, akin kasi napipigilan ako parang hindi ko pa kaya gawin yan, ganon. Okay, ang susunod nating tanong dyan is how? How? Or ano yung mga dapat mangyari para magawa natin yun? 'Di ba? So, kung titignan mo, if you get to ask yourself questions, kaya itong podcast natin is titled Self-Talk, so that we could reflect, not just reflect, but focus more on ourselves, because you should love yourself more. You deserve more. Diba? And we will structure the sessions moving forward in a form na para siyang, it's like a therapy. It's like a coaching session. It's like a learning session. It's like a workshop in where parang nagkukwentuhan lang tayo dito. But at the end of the day, you're learning not just from this episode, from me, from your friends, di ba? Whatever. No. The goal is you learn from yourself. Here's the thing. Patterns. Our minds, our brains focus on patterns. We spot. Even yung mga break patterns, diba? Yung mga pag may naiba sa sequence, diba? Napapansin natin yun. That's how our brain works eh. We notice patterns. Kaya kung titingnan natin, history repeats itself. Yun nga, may quote na ganyan. Yeah, history does repeat itself. Okay. Ang tanong, meron ka na bang mga pagkakamali noon na umuulit lang ulit ngayon? Meron din, minsan, di ba? Parang New Year, a new me, di ba? Di ba? May ganun eh. Sakto, New Year ngayon eh, na habang nire-record ko to. So, ngayon, pag sinabi mong New Year's resolution, ito na yung gagawin ko, okay. Ano nangyari? Tapos next year, yun ulit yung New Year's resolution mo. Tama? Nagre-repeat. Okay. What I want you to consider thinking about is I want you to notice the patterns. What are the patterns that keep on repeating? Is it good? Kasi kung good naman yung pattern na yun, di ba? Ba't naman natitigil? Pero here's the next question. Ano yung mga bad? Because these patterns can also become your habits. Tama? Again, awareness ulit. Sipa ulit to sa buka para sa iba. Pero again, this is for you. Once we get to work with awareness, we could also work with change. If you decide to, di ba? I mean, madali naman isipin yung change eh. Pero minsan, pag hindi mo pa talaga dinesisyonan yan, wala lang. It's just a thought. Wala rin change na nangyari. Di ba? Again, bigyan mo na natin awareness. Let's start with that. Ano yung mga patterns sa paulit-ulit? Ano yung mga bagay na paulit-ulit na nangyayari sa buhay mo na gusto mo lang itigil? Tignan natin, ano yung mga dapat mangyari para matigil yon? Ano yung mga kailangan mong tulong para matigil yon? Kasi minsan, di ba, may mga bagay na we could reach out to other people to assist us. And minsan, yung mga problema na binibitbit natin, minsan hindi naman din natin talaga problema yun eh. Minsan nga problema pa ng iba yung binubuhat natin eh. Di ba? So, again, we'd love to cover more bases. For now, let's stick with that. Overview natin, we've talked about the words that we use, the words that we get to repeat to ourselves, mga quotes, and things that could motivate you. Tingnan natin yung understanding, explain simply kung ano yung anchors, mga simple concepts of neuro-linguistic programming and hypnotherapy and hypnosis. Yan, gusto natin yan i-discuss din kasi malalim yan eh. Pero again, this is like a power tool that if you get to understand how your mind works and how you could program yourself. Ang sabi nga ng isang kaibigan ko, it's like software and hardware. 'Di ba? Yung katawan natin, if you look at it in computer terms, ito, katawan natin is hardware. Yan, yung tayo monitor, 'di ba? Yung CPU. Pero beyond that, ano ba yung nagpapatakbo ng PC? Yung sa loob. 'Di ba? Windows, mga processing, etc. 'Di ba? Mga Ubuntu, 'di ba? Linux, ganyan, Windows, 'di ba? So, yan eh. Pero here's the thing. Do you install programs sa loob ng Windows? Naglalagay ka ng apps, naglalagay ka ng programs, nag-install ka eh. So, kung titingnan mo, software. Our mind can also become, yan nga, pwede natin i-connect yun eh, na parang ang mind natin is software. So, can we install? Yes. Can we delete? Yes. Can we update? Can we reprogram? Kung ang sagot mo doon ay yes. Kita-kits tayo sa next episode. And again, check niyo yung mga napag-aralan niyo, natutunan niyo with this episode. And it would be much, 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 much appreciated kung meron kayo natutunan dito. So, yun. Sige. Remember to always add value to yourself. Love yourself more. Because syempre, you deserve it. Yung attention mo is so much appreciated dito. Thank you for listening. And if you learned something from this episode, make sure to follow me on my Facebook page, syempre sa Instagram din, saka sa TikTok, to catch all the latest insights, workshops, and interviews. And syempre, if you see yourself needing more for one-on-one coaching or even team workshops, feel free to message me on my page. Cheers!